All right, and welcome everybody to our team call. Sorry we couldn't get to it last week, but it's Tuesday the 4th of August at noon, and I think we're going to stick to this noon time for now, unfortunately for some of us, because right now it's just really the only time I can consistently know I'm going to be on to run the calls. So I want to start real quickly just by going over some recognition from last month. Molly Fair hit Success Club 6. I was at Success Club 10. Craig Fair had 1 Success Club point. I'm going to try to quickly, I don't have this in an easy format, so I'm just trying to roll with it. Bear with me. We have a lot of coaches, holy smokes. And Robert LaBelle had 2 Success Club points. And Diana Romero had 2 Success Club points. And I know Brandy Johnson had 2 Success Club points. And I think that's it for our team last month. So good job, everybody. I have been kind of either connecting with you or seeing on the page everybody's new Success Club goals for this month. And that's awesome, especially since it's a team month. So keep that focused in, and always remember that I'm available if you need questions answered or to talk to someone. I can do 3-way phone calls or a Zoom chat like this, or even a Facebook chat, which I'm finding most people like better because they can kind of just answer at their free time and not be completely taken aside. Let me see who is messaging me. Okay, so, and Jessica Tahishi just joined us. All right, so today we're going to talk about Shakeology, and really what I'm going to do, I'm not muting anybody, so if you want to, welcome Jessica, you're not late, actually, we just got started. If you guys want to, if you've muted yourself and you want to talk, feel free to unmute yourself. I'm going to share some information that we got when we were at Summit about Shakeology, and then we're going to go from there. And we'll just kind of see how it all works. So one thing I was really excited about going to Summit was the very first training that we went to, and it was all about Shakeology. And I thought, yay, I'm going to leave this knowing everything there is to know about Shakeology, because that's honestly one of my weak points. There's so much to know about it, and I really feel like that's the one thing, like if people ask me questions, I have a tendency to get the deer in the headlights feeling, because there's so much, my brain just goes blank. And I can't tell you specifically, I know what Shakeology's done for me, so that's what I try to share for the most part, what it has done for me. If they start asking me why I have more energy, I can't tell you which items in Shakeology cause that effect. So that's where my focus is going to be over the next 6 months, is to increase that knowledge. So we had the opportunity to listen to Bob Lucido and Emily Robidas. Emily Robidas is a coach in Canada who is just a little firecracker. She's amazing. Bob Lucido is actually way up our upline, one of the founding coaches, I believe. And he is an interesting man. I believe he's Indian, and he openly shares his information. Like he'll give out his personal phone number, and you can call and chat with him anytime you want to. It's kind of, I've always found it odd how open and sharing people are in this business, especially the people that far up, because I feel like they'd be bombarded with phone calls. And then Darren O'Lean, who is the creator, one of the creators of Shakeology. He is the guy that hops in a plane and travels across the world finding amazing ingredients in the craziest, backwoods places, like in the middle of nowhere. So to be able to hear those guys talk about the product, and 2 coaches who have made it their business to share what great thing Shakeology is, and one who actually created it, it was pretty awesome. And one thing that was really brought forward in the thing is that we are a nutrient deficient society. That's just how it is. The food that is readily available and that we are eating in our everyday life lacks nutrients, and it continues to more increasingly lack nutrients the more that we move forward in our life. People are gravitating to instant quick fix type ideas, and we just don't get the nutrition that we need in those foods that we did maybe back in pioneer days when people were growing their own food and taking it right out of the ground and eating it. So the first thing that Darren O'Lean suggested everybody do, and this is my challenge to our team, is to take 15 minutes every day and study Shakeology. Whatever it is, pick an ingredient, find out what it does for you and what effect it has in the shake. So only 15 minutes a day. It's not a big deal. Add it as your personal development. So for the next 30 days, I think it would be really fun for our team to use 15 minutes a day of personal development to research Shakeology. And the way I'm going to do it personally is energy and focus are two of the most amazing effects that I've had from drinking Shakeology. So I want to know why specifically those two things have been such a huge boost for me. So I'm going to research my 15 minutes a day, learning why Shakeology has done those specific things for me. So I would hope that you guys would do the same. Sit down and think about what Shakeology has done for you. What specifically, why do you love it? And then research those things. I'm sure you're going to end up finding in your research that you'll learn about many, many other things. So what does Shakeology do? It obviously, weight loss works as a side effect of getting healthier. This is one of the biggest myths, I think, of Shakeology. And I actually just had this conversation today with a challenger, or hopefully soon to be challenger. Shakeology is not a diet shake. So I do get people come back to me going, I hate diet shakes. I don't like diet shakes. Well, great, because Shakeology is not that. What Shakeology isn't is not a diet shake. So we have to remember to share it that way. It's a nutrition shake. Yes, you lose weight drinking Shakeology, but it's a side effect of having a healthier life. What is in Shakeology? That's what we need to research. We know there's proteins and there's fibers, but what else? There's antioxidants, there's phytonutrients, there's minerals, there's adaptogen herbs. All of this stuff has some sort of healthy side effect that we get to feel every day. So there's stuff in Shakeology that helps you adapt and respond to stress. And who in today's society doesn't need that? That's something that we should be sharing. That is something probably even before the weight loss effects of Shakeology that we should be sharing. You know, manage your life and your stress by eating a healthier meal every single day. Prebiotic, probiotic, and digestive enzymes help with absorption and aid in being regular in your digestion. So I have a slideshow. It was given during the summit training, and I was hoping to have it available so that we could put it up right now, but it's not available yet. So as soon as it is, I'll be sharing that on our team page. And it basically has a list of questions that you can ask and share when you're talking to people about Shakeology. This was huge for me because I was able to, that's one of the hardest points I said I have is sharing Shakeology and sounding confident in my knowledge with it. So that is what we'll be sharing those as soon as they can. And I would suggest on our team, if you have a success partner, it'll be perfect for you to go to that person. If not, look at your upline coach or somebody on our team and practice sharing this information. Go do your research, get your information on Shakeology, and then practice sharing that information with somebody so that it's more natural when you get to share it with other people. As a coach that's been doing this for a couple of years, I remember when I started like feeling I knew nothing about anything, about the programs, about being healthy. I was not very fitness conscious when I started. I thought I was, but I really didn't know much. So now looking back, forcing myself to do 3 to 5 invites every single day for 2 years, I am so confident when it comes to talking to people pretty much about anything. The least confidence I have is Shakeology, which is ironic since it's my number one key to success. So it's just one of those things. I think I see so many amazing things in it and I'm afraid of getting it wrong. So rather than feel that way from now on, I'm going to focus in on 2 or 3 things that I can get right, become knowledgeable about those things, and that's what I'll start to share. So always start, when you share Shakeology, always start with your story. Always. What has it done for you? How has your life improved thanks to Shakeology? That is what people want to know. They don't want to know all the details unless they specifically ask you. They want to know what it's done for you and what it's going to do for them. There are so many awesome blog articles at Shakeology.com. There's a whole blog on basically people's story drinking Shakeology. It's the personal connection. You can share those with anybody. Copy paste the link, and you have amazing personal stories. There's videos in the back office, which we just did a Coach Basics training on how to use your back office, and I showed you where the video links are back there. Go watch them. If nothing else, even if you're not sharing those videos, go watch them and get the information that you need. Some of those videos, the ones that are the most popular and they shared with us at Summit to share, are the Ingredient Hunter with Darren O'Lean. It shows him going out into the woods looking for great ingredients. Shakeology, the Breakthrough, I actually share that one with lots of people. What does Shakeology, where does Shakeology come from? Another great one. And what is Shakeology? That is another one I share often when people ask me specifically about Shakeology. One thing we're going to start doing in our group is a spotlight on an ingredient a week. And we're going to put a little twist on it where I'm going to assign coaches a day of the week, and you will share a spotlight ingredient each week. I believe it was Jessica Tishi, and I know I said your name wrong. I always try not to say your name because I'm going to screw it up. But anyway, Jessica did this for a little while and was sharing ingredients with us in our page, and I loved it. It was so awesome. So we're going to do that. So be watching for assignments on that. And follow up. Are you following up with your customers? The busier we get, especially in new coaches have this as much as older coaches do. If you're a new coach and you're reaching out and inviting 3 to 5 people a day, you can forget to go back and follow up with those people. So make sure if someone's asked you about Shakeology and you sent them information and they never responded back to you, that you're following up with them to see what they thought of that information. And make sure you're asking questions when you're talking to people about Shakeology that lead them back to their why. So our why in this business is like our golden ticket. Why are we wanting to do this? And this is something my coaches will know we always come back to when I talk. And I've started doing it more lately than ever. When you get more wrapped up in the business, I think you take your eye off of the why. So why did you want to become a coach? Why did you want to start a program? That reason is what drives us. So don't get wrapped up in the money. Don't get wrapped up in the Success Club points. Focus on why people want to do this. Plus, when you're focused on why people want to do this, it makes it so much more fun to help them. I have someone in my 21 Day Fix group right now that I honestly have been talking to for years about joining a group. Never was interested. She's fairly fit already. I think she'd make an amazing coach, but she wasn't interested. And just last month, she reached out just before I left for Summit and said, hey, I want to do the 21 Day Fix. I've let myself go just a little bit and I want to get back on track. She has been my most fun challenger because she keeps her why in the forefront. She always focuses on how she's feeling, even if it's painful, because she's just finishing her second week this week. So the first week was tough for her. She was in a lot of pain. But she always keeps it positive. She knows there's a light at the end of the tunnel. She can see the changes in her body. She's not perfect. She's so much fun to guide through this journey. So, and also be sure you're asking the people who sign up how Shakeology makes them feel. When we're starting a new program, there's so many changes going on. We might not be paying attention to what Shakeology is truly doing for us. I think it's a blessing for me that when I started, the changes Shakeology created in my body were so obvious. That was my focus. And so I know, like, I'm dedicated. If we had to stock a food storage for the next year tomorrow because something tragic was happening, there'd be a lot of Shakeology in there because I have a strong testimony of how important Shakeology is in our lives. For me personally, it's changed my physical health completely, but even for my family, those of you that are closer to me know my son has Tourette's and has no symptoms because he drinks Shakeology, and it was bad there for a while. Every one of my boys, 4 kids, all drink Shakeology. The cost is expensive. Absolutely understand that. But for me, it's just a no-brainer. They have to. I have to do what I have to do so my family can be healthy. And this is the easiest way. If you can find something that all 4 teenage boys are willingly drinking every single day, that is the healthiest thing they're putting in their body, you just do it. So, and again, another reason I should be doing some Shakeology research and knowing how to explain it. I know it's a good product. I know that it's better than anything else out on the market, but I need to be able to explain why when people ask me. So, also, if you have people who struggle with Shakeology, okay, I am a Shakeology struggler. When I first started, my coach isn't on this call, but I had her send me a couple samples and I hated it. Like, I dumped it down the sink. It tasted horrible to me. I dumped a packet of powder in a tap warm glass of water, stirred it with a spoon a few times, and tried to drink it. Obviously, I'm not going to like it. It was awful. I did that with 3 different flavors and hated all 3 flavors. And finally, she said, wait, how are you making it? Let's try it this way. Put it in a blender with a little bit of almond milk, and it tastes like a milkshake. So we need to also not only be educating ourselves on what's in it, but make sure we're helping people understand how to make it. Some people are like me. I mean, now I look back, I'm like, how could have I been so stupid? But I was. So we have to help them like it sometimes. The last thing I want to mention that was talked about at the summit workshop is asking engaging questions in our challenge groups. Ask questions in our challenge groups that create conversations around Shakeology. Follow up with every current customer. Don't lose focus and don't leave anybody behind. Each person in your group is an individual, and they're going to have their own individual response to Shakeology and their own questions and their own concerns. So that's my share from what we got from our summit. Like I said, when I came out of it, I will say I was this much disappointed. I thought, wait, I'm not an expert. I thought I was going to be an expert. But it is something that we have to educate ourselves. So I am going to somebody who's like getting a little. It's not letting me meet people. So, all right, we're going to open the lines for conversation. I know like I said, I want these calls to be me sharing some information and then us having an open conversation about the topic that we're on. So does anyone have questions or concerns? No questions? Anybody? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so I'm going to assume we have no questions. I want to share a couple places to go to educate yourself. Molly and I will be sending messages out today and tomorrow, assigning people for the next 3 or 4 days for their ingredient of the day. And we won't be assigning the ingredients. What we will be assigning is a day of the week that you share what you want. Someone may end up sharing the same ingredient. That's totally fine. I want you to figure out what Shakeology does for you and find out why. So that's the assignment. You'll be getting that shortly. Shay Stanford is a coach. She's a top coach. She has so much information on. She is an expert on Shakeology. I will say that. She's done a few of the national wake-up calls. She's done a couple podcasts. So Google her name, look her up on Facebook, follow her, and use the information she did. I think she's the one. There's also a Team Passion, who's our upline, who did a call on, she was a holistic doctor, I believe, who did information on Shakeology and what it does for your body. So I will be sharing some of these links on our page. This is going to be a week of Shakeology education. So you'll be seeing a lot of that information shared this week on the team pages. And so Shay Sanford is a great resource. Darren O'Lean is a great resource. The Team Beachbody website, videos, and the My Shakeology blog. Those 4 things are great resources to educate yourself on Shakeology, what's in it, and why it makes us feel the way it makes us feel. Okay. All right. If there's no questions, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm proud we kept it under 30 minutes today. Cool. All right, you guys all go enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and be watching for messages and posts from